What's going on? Today in this video we will be covering of why Peso Pluma is being targeted by the Mexican cartel. Let's get into it. Now, Hassan Emilio Cabande La Hija, better known as Peso Pluma, was born on June 15th of 1999 in Jalisco, Mexico. He began playing the guitar at age 15 by watching videos on YouTube. Pluma started writing songs in a diary, admitting to being ridiculed by his peers. Describing his initial approach by songwriting, he explained how writing became his therapy. He said, "That's why I would write how I was feeling. Then I realized some stuff would rhyme. I kept practicing and became better with time." After years of writing music, Pluma worked with his cousin, fellow singer and songwriter, also known as Tito WP, on releasing two live albums, Disco en Vivo on February 21st of 2020 and Disco en Vivo Volume 2 on July 4th of the same year, published by the independent label El Cartel de Los Angeles. The collection consisted of recordings of his performance around Jalisco. A month later, he released his debut studio album, Ay Que, on April 20th, featuring 12 songs and collaborations with El Choforro, Lalo Reyes, and Jorge Morales. Now, it wasn't until February 4th of 2022 where Pluma would team up with Raúl Vega on the single called El Belicón, which would take Peso Pluma's career to the next level, racking over 10 million views on YouTube in the first month and gaining playlisting on Spotify. In April of that same year, El Belicón debuted at number 50 on the Billboard Hot Latin Songs, peaking at number 46 2 weeks after and becoming Pluma's first ever entry on the charts. Now, you would ask yourself, how does a 23-year-old guy that's a singer get himself in trouble with the Mexican cartel? Well, it all starts with his music. On Sunday, September 10th, where he was in Mexico performing to a crowd of over 100,000 people. And according to online sources, on that day, he sang a song that referenced Joaquin Guzman Loera, aka El Chapo. And this song goes by the name of El Gavilán. Now, as you guys heard in the video, you could hear the part where it's bleeped out where Peso Pluma is actually saying that he's part of the people of El Chapo Guzman, which directly disrespect a rival cartel that goes by the name Jalisco New Generation Cartel, which is a rival of El Chapo Guzman and is ran by one of the biggest drug lord, most powerful and most looked for, and hasn't been found yet, that goes by the name of El Mencho. Now, Tuesday, September 12th, a whole bunch of signs started appearing around the city where it read that they warned Peso Pluma not to show up to his next show in Mexico because it would be his last. And it was signed by the Jalisco New Generation Cartel that is ran by the biggest drug lord that goes by the name of El Mencho. Now, El Mencho, he is the most wanted person in Mexico and one of the most wanted in the US. Both governments are offering up to $30 million for any information that leads to his arrest. This guy is no joke. When this guy sends out a threat, it's a 99% chance that it's happening. The Mexican government hasn't been able to put a stop to this guy yet. They haven't been able to find him, and he has an army that is supposedly bigger than the Mexican government itself. It is also said that he has paid active government officials under his payroll, police officers, security officers. Man, listen, I'm gonna tell you the truth. If El Mencho's trying to get you, you might as well call yourself. That's all I'm gonna tell you. This guy's not playing no games, and any threats that are sent by the Mexican cartel should be taken very seriously. These guys usually don't play around, and these guys usually don't send out threats just to send them. So Peso Pluma has canceled his upcoming shows in Mexico, and some of his fans are upset, saying that he should still do the show and hire government officials to protect them. Now, the problem is, like I told you guys before, this guy is so powerful that no one knows who's actually on payroll, and it's actually a risk to even use government officials to protect Peso Pluma. So in this situation, I have to say that the best move that Peso Pluma could make is not show up to this show. This show could really be the last show that he performs on. And they told him that if he shows up, it will be his last show. And I'm actually happy that he made the choice of not showing up and canceling his show, because sometimes it's just not worth it. Now, if you guys want to have an idea of how the Mexican cartel rolls and why you should probably not take them as a joke, you can look at Chalino Sanchez. Chalino Sanchez was a Mexican singer who on May 16 of 1992 in Culiacan, Mexico, while on stage, got a death note from a random fan that pushed himself to the front of the stage and handed him a note. I'll play this video so you guys can see his reaction when the note was handed to him. Now here he is, he read the note. You can see him look around. He quickly wipes his forehead and he just continues to sing. Now at the end of the show, he leaves with his 2 brothers and a cousin and several young women. Later on, they were stopped by armed men in a Chevrolet Suburban claiming to be police. One of them flashed his badge and said to Chalino, "My comandante needs to see you." Chalino and his brothers tried to offer the men money since it wasn't uncommon for Mexican police to accept bribes due to the massive corruption. Unfortunately, they refused the offer. Chalino gave himself up to the men and they sped off with him. 12 hours later, 2 farmers stumbled across a man in a ditch with rope marks around his wrists and 2 gunshots to the back of his head. It was Chalino Sanchez. See, Chalino Sanchez took his chances and unfortunately it costed him his life. So again, seeing Peso Pluma not trying to be a hero and letting his nuts hang and seeing him take the higher road and think about his family, people that love him and friends before trying to take pride in doing something that could cost him his life is probably the smartest thing that he could have done. If I was Peso Pluma, I would sing about anything else other than anything that has to do with the cartel or picking sides, because that's something that no matter what could lead to a burning end. Now you guys let me know what you think of this whole situation. Hit the bell up above so y'all do stay notified when I drop these videos. And most importantly, man, hit the like button so the video falls in the algorithm. I'll check you guys on the next one. Peace.